Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Forza Horizon 3 drag builds. This time we're going to be focused on the Ford GT350R drag build. This thing was pretty popular for a short time. It's kind of made its re-emergence. It's more of the alternative for racing GTRs. However, it still holds its own against pretty much anything with its ridiculous launch. So in this video, we're just going to go over the tunes and upgrades and kind of give you guys an idea of the setup that I run on mine. So let's go into the upgrades and take a look and see what we've got installed on this thing. So first up on the engine category, we've taken everything except for the oil cooler. We ran the race flywheel on this one, which is the lightest one you can get. I noticed that it tends to help out just a little bit better than the standard. Next on the list would be platform and handling. So this is your brake setup, your suspension setup. We've run race springs on this car. I haven't done a rally suspension tune yet. I've seen a lot of guys running the rally suspension. This one seems to do as good, if not maybe a little bit better than the majority of those guys. The other thing in this category is we didn't take the roll cage in this instance. So that's a debatable topic for a lot of the guys that tune these things. Does it need a roll cage? Does it not? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. But in this instance, we didn't take it, and it seems to be doing just fine. As far as your drivetrain is concerned, take everything: the clutch, transmission, drive shaft, and differential. Next up is the rims and tires. So do take the race tire compound. Fully upgrade your front and rear tire widths. For the wheels, what I generally do is grab the lightest wheels. You can grab the stock wheels if you want. They're just kind of an appearance deal. On this car, the stock wheels are pretty much just as light as the aftermarket ones that you'll buy in the store. Next up, we'll do aero, which the only thing I've done is taken the spoiler. I don't like the default one. It looks kind of funky, so I just run the regular lip spoiler. And lastly, we'll do the conversion tab, which we left at stock engine. The only things we've done is A, made it all-wheel drive, and B, do the twin turbo setup on it. So there are a couple of guys out there running the superchargers for these things. They'll tell you, oh, it's got a better launch and things like that. But the way that this car launches, it builds boost on the trans brake, so it doesn't necessarily need the supercharger. And if you don't know what the trans brake thing is that I'm talking about, we'll go over that in a later video. Alright, so that's the upgrades done. Now the real reason why you came here, the tune. So to start us off is the tire pressure. This one I run at 17.5 in the front and 16.0 in the back. This car isn't really going to make a difference if you're 15.15. What we've done here is just a 17.5 and a 16.0 for the tires. Next one will be gearing. This is one that everybody's like, oh my gosh, I need to know what this is. So it's actually a 292 final with a 296 first, 191 second, a 144 third. That'll be the gear that we finish the quarter mile in. And fourth would be an 118, fifth 106, and sixth at 95. Next up will be the alignment. This is pretty standard. It's in the last video, and pretty much, like I said, everything in the category we're going to be doing for all-wheel drive. It's all zeroed out, except for the caster is left default. Moving on, we've got anti-roll bars. These really aren't messed with at all, seeing as how we're going in a straight line, so we won't worry about that. Next up will be the spring setup. This is a race suspension. It's going to look kind of funky, but we run a 521.8 in the front with a 359.3 in the back. Ride height is set at 5.5 and 5.0, so it kind of gives it that little stance like what was on the Gremlin and a few of my other cars, but it's only half an inch difference, which you're really not going to know. I do believe the rally suspension will allow you to adjust this just a little bit better, but since we're not running it, we're not going to worry about that. So next on to the fun part, damping. So let's take a look at rebound stiffness for the front, set at 4.4, rear is a 3.8, and bump stiffness will be in at a 5.3 and a 4.0. So again, this is race suspension, so the numbers look a little bit more different. Some of these cars, if you see them in lobbies, you know, they're going to just squat and completely go. This one doesn't squat as much, but it just goes. So moving on, aero and brake, we're not going to be super concerned with those two, seeing as how we don't really have anything to adjust in aero. And again, like always, you know, we're not worried about how we stop after we get done beating people. So the next step would be differential. Front accel is set at 20, decel always at 0. Rear accel is set at 86% with the decel at 73. The decel on this doesn't really matter too much to me. Some people zero it out, some people don't. Doesn't really seem to do much of a difference on either front. The center diff being split at 72 in favor of the rear. So this allows, like I said, for that aggressive launch in combination with the damping, springs, and gearing. And you guys will see that in the clips shortly. However, that finishes another build video. If you guys have any comments, feel free to let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, you can comment down below how many cars you guys beat with these two. I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you like the video, hit that thumbs up button. And feel free to subscribe to keep up with all my new gameplay and build videos. In the near future, we've got a Supra and the Bentley, which is ridiculous, coming up here in about the next week or so. So trying to get these things edited and sent out to you guys as quick as I can. So like I said, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys have fun beating some people. And I'm out.